Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by three lovely residents who are part of our In the Village, segments that we try to do, every once in a while, just to check in on the pulse of what's happening in the village. We've got Cheryl, we have Karen, and we have Sharon. Well, ladies, thank you all for joining me. How are you?
Good.
Wonderful, thank you.
Very nice.
Good as can be.
Cheryl, I love the spirit. And Karen, look at you. You've got a festive shirt, sweater on. And, Sharon, I know we have our little drinks here with us. So, I always wanted a show where I could drink on the show. And we could actually talk about it. Like that Hoda and Kathy used to do. They always had their wine. I kind of thought that was great at 9 a.m.
Graham Norton, I don't know if you guys have ever watched his show, a chat show from England. Everybody has a drink in front of them during this show. It's a chat show. Everybody's sitting on the couch and they're all drinking. It's funny.
Concept I think we should, enlist, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Well, in any case, I know we've all been, now we're going backwards, with the governor's ideas of closing up shop. So, let's hear how that made you feel. We'll start with you, Cheryl.
Well, I've actually, the pandemic has been really great for me because I've gotten into so much exercise. So everything I'm doing is outdoors. You can make a reservation to swim and get a lane. So I've been swimming 3 times a week. I've been walking 3 to 5 miles every day. I started spinning twice a week. And I'm back to playing pickleball. So I'm doing all these outdoor things. So this has been really good for me.
She's an athlete, man. Wow.
Yeah, right. It's more exercise than I ever did in my whole life.
Wow, I love it. Well, that's a really great way to take advantage of the opportunities that you guys have here. I mean, you're getting your money's worth now.
Right, right.
How about you, Karen? How did that make you feel when he, went backwards?
Well, disappointed. I mean, to see it flare up again like this is very disheartening, but I am glad that I did get my Christmas shopping in before this hit. So I think I'm in good shape. So
that is being prepared. Good for you. And Sharon, what about you?
Well, I've always taken the quarantine pretty seriously. So even when restaurants opened back up, I just didn't feel comfortable eating inside. We've gotten plenty of takeout food, but brought it home. Okay. And other than walking the dogs, there are days I barely leave the house. I feel like a lot of people have been complacent, and obviously so, or our government wouldn't have felt a need to shut stuff down again. People have been too complacent, and it's serious. Our numbers here in the city of Laguna Woods have gone up a lot in just the last 5 weeks, an enormous amount.
Yes, they have. And, we do get regular updates from the CDC and Jeff Parker, and I actually just spoke with our supervisor, Lisa Bartlett. And, comparably, Orange County is doing quite a bit better than most counties around us. So the good thing is that if we can keep the numbers at some sort of bay, then we might be able to go into the next level to go back to where we were at, but you just don't know. And now, we just had Thanksgiving. And so now, we're going to look at Christmas holidays and who knows what's going to happen there. So I just wanted to see how you guys felt about that. But I know, obviously, you're keeping busy in your own way, Cheryl, exercise fanatic. And, Karen, you said you got some shopping done. What are you doing that passes the time each day?
Well, we have our core group that we kind of hang with. And so every morning we have coffee at the neighbors, and quite often we'll go to their house for dinner, or they'll come to our house for dinner, and we've kind of just kept connected that way. And we do a coffee thing every Friday morning, which is a group of 6. And I mean, now that this has all broken out, we'll be a little more cautious. But
right,
we've kind of kept busy, and when the restaurants were open, we were taking advantage of that, right, and loving it.
Right. I mean, you have to do what you have to do. And many of the restaurants in our area were doing a pretty good job of keeping the social distancing and sitting kind of far apart. But, it really is a test, because you go to a restaurant and maybe one isn't doing it and the other one is. So it's kind of like you have to be careful, like you said. And Sharon, so you said you've been pretty much staying at home. Are you diving into drawers and closets and things like that?
Not as much as I thought I would. Every day I say tomorrow, and then it doesn't quite happen. Now, I was quite involved with the program that Old Pros has got running now in December on Channel 6, our 'Tis the Season. So we were very involved in rehearsing that and recording that. And my husband's band.
Oh, my husband.
I know. Do you know how weird it is to say that?
Wait, what happened?
Well, I got married in July for the first time in my life. So
What? Oh my gosh, I had no idea. How exciting. Where did you meet him?
here in the village,
Well,
doing music.
on the sidewalk, or where did you meet him?
Working with Sunshine Ludi's group, the Sunshine Performance Group.
Okay.
Mark is a pianist, and everybody has seen him with the Woods combo. And I was singing, and we just kind of fell into being friends, and then more than that. And we got married July 31st. Where were you, Lisa? There was a whole article about us in the Globe.
Oh, I don't read the Globe, evidently.
Anyway, so
He told me any. They always tell me I'm the last to know because they go, "Oh, Lisa, she'll go talk about it."
yeah, so Mark's group, the Woods Combo, they come here and rehearse, and they were involved in the show that everybody can see. Is it every Sunday? I think 6 o'clock.
It's every Sunday.
Every Sunday, 6 o'clock on Channel 6 this month. And
Congratulations!
yeah.
That's so
So we were
exciting!
pretty- we were both-
Wow. Did you actually have a little ceremony, or what did you do?
Well,
Yes, she did.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
Cheryl was our flower girl, chauffeur, photographer,
And witness.
and witness. We were going to do a little wedding ceremony on Zoom in the common area that's behind our place. And it just kind of got complicated with how many people wanted to come be there in person. So, the Honda Center is where people are getting marriage licenses right now. They closed down all the satellite offices from the registrar, and marriage licenses and weddings, like going and standing in front of a judge kind of weddings, are
Right.
all being done at the ticket booth at the Honda Center.
Oh, for gosh sakes!
So that's where we went. It was wonderful and hilarious, and we and Cheryl took some really terrific pictures, and we really had a nice time, and it was
Oh, that's nice. That is just great. Well, congratulations again. I'm glad you now have someone to share your quarantine with, if you
Oh,
will.
exactly. Yeah, this is weird thing is neither of us was ever married before. Here we are, us young kids, neither of us had ever been married before, trying to figure out how to live with somebody else. It's fun.
Oh, I bet. A lot of adjusting for sure. So now the three of you are still involved in filming Tales of the Woods. And, you come out with new episodes all the time. Now, one thing, Cheryl, we had been talking about prior is, what's it like to write to Zoom? Because you have to do cutaways and a lot of different stuff that you normally wouldn't have to do. So tell me a little bit about that process.
Well, Sharon and I are co-writers, and it's actually producing it on Zoom for me, from my perspective, is quite easy because it takes an hour and a half to shoot it. We rehearse every week, but writing for it, we just basically have no blocking. Everybody's just sitting there. All you can see is from the chest up, and right. So our actors have to use a lot of facial expressions. Our actors use their voices quite well. It's a whole different thing. I mean, there's not as much visual, obviously, as what we could do, or props. You can't use really props. But it's been working out. We're using, some of my life has gone into the show.
Oh,
little bits of mine too. So
I had a situation at the pool, and we threw that in. I had a situation with my children. We threw that in. I am not sharing that script with them because it's too close to home.
some backlash, right?
Right.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well,
But
that's
it's been
fun.
interesting. Yeah. So we write. So we're co-writers, and we write it. We have a script every month, and it actually has gone with Zoom. It's been going like clockwork. It's much easier. The rehearsals go pretty quickly. When you guys agree, the rehearsals
Yeah.
go
Well, there's that, and there's also the post-production. Putting it all together is so much easier for Dave DeSantis, who's doing a genius job and always has.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to, we don't have to have several days of shooting in different locations because we can't.
Right.
So really all he has to do is cut out the bits where we mess up and sew it all together. And he's done a brilliant job of it. So it's still interesting, even though we're all just sitting here in these windows.
Well, and the wonderful thing that for us is that it's always finished in a timely manner. So when we know that it's going to be done on the first of the month, it's done on the first of
Oh, isn't that
month.
nice? I know. Believe me, that's a welcome relief. I'll tell you. We're, on Village Television, we're trying to do all sorts of things here, and we've got people working from home, and we have people who are here in the studio. There's only 3 of us here in the studio to make things happen. So, it's a rough time, but we've all made it work, which is great. Now, Karen, your involvement with the show, I know you act in it. Do you also do anything behind the scenes?
No, not really.
No, not
Drink.
really.
I drink a lot.
Oh,
When
That's
we-
my character.
cheers to that. Cheers to that. We drink a lot. Okay. Cheers to the
Cheers.
drinking. Excellent. Excellent. But you love it. You love it though, right, Karen? You're having a good time.
I am, yes. And I am supposed to be this gourmet chef, and every time I have to produce some kind of a meal, my husband is actually the chef. So he makes it and I serve it and pretend I made it. So it all works out great.
And then we have to not eat it all at once because sometimes we need to reshoot the scene. But and anytime there's something special that's needed, Karen has it. I don't know what it is. Any kind of prop when we were able to shoot on location. Karen always had it. Whatever.
There was one time when we were shooting at Karen's house, and her husband made a meal for the actors to have, and it was really good, except it was only for the actors. So there I was watching them eat over and over again.
None for you.
Yeah, none for me.
Oh my gosh. So he's a really good cook, huh, Karen?
Yes, he is. I'm very lucky.
I'll say. Wouldn't that be a treat?
I know. I don't have to worry about it. I love it.
Oh, does your husband cook?
Sharon.
Oh God, no.
Oh God, no.
No. He makes his own cereal every morning.
Him.
Opens up and warms soup. He's good at that.
So, being on TV, you'd think that you would have the paparazzi chasing you around all the time. And, you guys are regulars. So and now that your art is imitating your life, you're going to be even more in, right? So are you getting a lot of feedback and people seeing you?
Well, right now in lockdown, since we don't see anybody, it doesn't happen very often. But,
I do. I see a lot of people when I'm out and about. Sometimes we just, like when the 19 was open for a while, so we'd go up there for dinner or for lunch, and invariably somebody always said, "Oh, I've seen you on that show."
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of recognition. So it's nice to know that people are watching.
Yeah,
I was at the 19 restaurant. I was at the 19 restaurant, and somebody came by and stopped and came back and stopped and recognized me, which I thought was, wow, I got my first fan, my first and only fan.
I was shopping at Stater Brothers and somebody would stop you there. One time I went over there and I was waiting in line to pay for something, and there was this cute little man who was doing like the groceries, and he was putting them in the bags, and he went like this to me.
I've had people stop me in Stater Brothers.
Behind me. It was adorable. Well, what do you guys have planned for the holidays? Sharon, let's start with you. I mean, it's going to be tough because we have all of these restrictions now. What are you guys going to do?
Well, we'll probably just do our own little thing here. My cousin lives in the village too, and she will probably join us if we do a little celebration things. But it's, it is what it is, and we will manage to make it festive for ourselves. And hope that, all I can say is I wish everybody happy, healthy New Year, and happy, healthy holidays.
That's right. Excellent.
Yeah.
Karen, how about you?
Probably we'll spend it with our best friends, Margie and Ken. Hi. because we've been together this whole time, and so we feel comfortable that none of us are infected, and it's very comfortable that way. So
Right. And you know, you've been doing this for months now, and you guys have been fine. So that's great.
yeah.
And Cheryl, how about you?
Well, I've been very fortunate. My son and his fiance have moved down to Carlsbad, but they stayed with me for several months. So I feel very comfortable with them, and I'm sure we'll be spending, we'll be lighting the menorah together. And I also have a brand new grandbaby. I have a 2.5-year-old, and my granddaughter is 2 months old. So I'm sure we'll be Zooming lighting the candles together, and we'll all watch each other eat potato pancakes.
Oh, nice. Oh, I love it. Well, I'm so glad you all three could join me today. Good luck with the show. Happy
Thank you.
holidays. And cheers to 2021, because God knows we can't wait.
Cheers, Lisa.
All right. And we'll be right back after this. Bye, ladies.
Bye.